Let me begin by saying that we are deeply disappointed but not surprised by the comments made by Mayor Cornett and others at yesterday's news conference. The December 8th election is about the citizens of Oklahoma City deciding whether or not they want to approve a package of projects that are totaling $750 million. And it's not about negotiated issues between police and fire in the city of Oklahoma City. As public servants, we want to make it very clear that we love this city very much and have dedicated our lives to protecting the citizens of this city. We have established enormous public trust by providing excellent public safety services and programs. For these reasons, we feel that MAPS 3 is a bad plan. We feel like that for weeks the mayor has touted a list of projects in the MAPS 3 initiative, which would include a downtown convention center, a new 70-acre Central Park, a new rail-based streetcar system, and improvements to the Oklahoma State Fairgrounds. Yet never once has the mayor talked about public safety needs as a part of that list. Not one time have you seen mention of public safety on their website or in any of the printed brochures or audio-visual presentations from the Yes Maps Coalition. Not until yesterday. And I believe we all know why. The mayor and others have come to realize that the public, by and large, does not support this MAPS. This MAPS proposal costs too much money for too many unneeded projects at a time when too many people are concerned about their own jobs, not a pie-in-the-sky promise of new jobs that might be created if MAPS 3 passes. If MAPS 3 passes. Furthermore, I believe the public is both aware and concerned that they have adequate fire and police protection. They have another nice park or even sidewalks or riding trails. I'd like to see if Gil would have a few comments for you at this time.
Thank you, Phil. This coalition wants to be perfectly clear about our intentions and goals. Police and fire are united in this effort to defeat this MAPS proposal because it costs too much. $777 million for too long, 7 years, with no written guarantees that named projects will ever be funded or in what order. The citizens of Oklahoma City work too hard, love their community too much, to give a blank check to a bunch of politicians in these uncertain economic times. Firefighters and police officers are joining ranks with citizens from all parts of the city and all walks of life in this campaign. We will knock doors, we will put up signs, make calls, and do everything possible to get our message out about why this is not a good proposal and should be rejected by the voters on December 8th.
I would just like to further add that we believe the comments yesterday from the mayor about the use of use tax money for public safety funding, I think confuses the public. We believe that whenever you make a very public statement like that, it falls in line with what we've said all along about the MAPS 3 initiative and about it not being specific enough for the voters to understand or to have an assurance that those projects will be completed as has been touted all along. The use tax funding proposal gave no specifics as to how much of the use tax dollars would be used for public safety, or how long the use tax would be committed to public safety, or how those dollars would be allocated to public safety. Again, no specifics, no plan, no direction, and this is what we feel like the MAPS initiative, as it currently stands, is all about. At this time, I'd like to see if Councilman Walters would like to make a few comments.
As has been said, it's not about defeating MAPS, it's about this particular package. It's way too much money at this particular time for projects that there's very little accountability for. We want the city to do better than this. I think the city can do better than this. I think we can put a better package out there for the voters to give them the same satisfaction that they would receive from this, but at a lot less cost. it is my hope that if this goes down in December, that we can come back with something later on that addresses the needs of Oklahoma City and not just a bunch of wants. So I appreciate the opportunity to stand up here with these guys who serve the citizens like I do every day and say that this is a project that we can do better with, and we expect to do better with, and the citizens deserve better than what this is.
We encourage the citizens of Oklahoma City who want to see a more responsible approach to future MAPS-type proposals to join our effort. A website's been launched at www.notthismaps.com. We encourage citizens and concerned voters in the city of Oklahoma City to log onto that website, take a look at the information there. You'll see more specifically some of our issues. We want individuals to get involved. We have yard signs, so you're welcome to come to the FOP Lodge or to the local 157 building here at 157 Northwest 6th in Oklahoma City. You can pick up a yard sign and any other literature that we have available at the time. We have a contact person that you can contact. It's Chris Masterman at our campaign headquarters. His phone number is 506-2720. Feel free to contact him, and he'll coordinate any efforts that we have that are ongoing in terms of securing speakers for clubs or groups or any campaign literature that you might want to be provided. So thank you again for coming. I'd like to open it up now for any questions that you might have.
You guys, Brian specifically said the package could be better. What specifically would make it better? What would you like to see in it if Maps-3 fails and you come back with another package?
I think, would you like to address that, Councilman?
There's $750 million in this proposal. 175 million of that is stuff that people want. There's 600 million of that people don't want. So they're spending a lot of money on things that are not wanted. And the only reason that they're doing that is because that's the only way that you can get the support of the chamber. So basically they're spending $600 million to convince themselves to vote for it.
What do people want and what don't they want?
Well, the sidewalks pulled very high. The trails pulled very high. But a number of the other projects, specifically the convention center, pulled very, very low. I think it was in the low 30%. And that is the most expensive project on there. And it also doesn't complete the convention center. That's only the first portion of that. It's not the complete thing. So at some point down the future, the citizens would have to foot a bill of another, say, $250 million to finish it out.
Bill, has the city promised the fire or police unions anything in your contract negotiations that tied to Maps-3 passing?
Yes, in fact they have, and it relates to the use tax comments that I made earlier. The problem is, what if it fails? If it fails, then any of the promises that have been made will not happen. The staffing that they promised will not occur. The staffing for police will not happen. Gil, would you like to address that anymore?
Yeah, they did make a proposal, John. We looked at it very seriously. Here's the problem. We're police officers and we're firefighters because we want to serve the citizens of Oklahoma City, not because we want to serve ourselves. It would have been very easy for my membership to take their 13 pieces of silver and go on and discount the citizens. That is not the goal here. The goal is this is not a good plan for the citizens of Oklahoma City. This is not a good plan. There may be a good plan that can encompass public safety, encompass some infrastructure growth, to patch potholes, to do the things city government ought to be doing. Yes, they offered us a proposal. It was at best a pittance to attempt to buy us off. We will not be bought off. We have been threatened. We have been intimidated. We have been vilified as union people. We're hard-working citizens of Oklahoma City, just like many of the people out there are that will have to vote on this issue. And we want them to understand, yes, we rejected that proposal, and we rejected it because it was not in the best interest of the citizens of Oklahoma City.
Amen.
Yep. We have announced today in a very formal way that we are in opposition and we're going to continue the campaign.
Will you accept a work contract before the vote to meet your members' wishes?
Would you ask that again? I'm sorry.
Will you accept a work contract before the vote to meet your members' wishes?
Any offer that we have from the city, we are required to present that to our membership, and yes, we will continue to do that should they make any type of offer.
According to public records, only about a third of the 900 plus firefighters employed in Oklahoma City actually live in city boundaries. I haven't gotten the figures yet on the police department. How will that affect the voting influence?
Well, the members that do not live in Oklahoma City, that includes police officers and firefighters, they can certainly participate in the campaign, and that's what we anticipate, that we'll have a high level of participation even from those members that do not live in Oklahoma City as a citizen. Any other questions anybody have? All right, very good. I thank you for coming today. Again, you have the contact information that's been provided to you, and should you have any questions, feel free to call us.